Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Big Robby 1990, and I am going to be giving you guys a story. Wait, correction. Holy crap, I screwed the whole thing up. Anyway, back it up a notch. Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Big Robby 1990, and welcome to story time. There we go. All right, all these mistakes, gotta fix them. All right. Hello, everybody. All right, so I just started thinking. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna tell you guys some stories of the past. Hopefully, you might enjoy them, and hopefully, you might get a good laugh at them. Yes, I do have some racist jokes, so please don't take offense to it. Last night in Dark Souls 2, I think it was part 10. I asked my friend kind of at the very beginning if I would be allowed to tell a racist joke because it did involve him, and he said yes. So without further ado, let's get into story time. Okay, so now my first story. Well, the first story is gonna have to wait. Basically, so these aren't gonna be exactly like really long videos. They're just gonna be really short. So I'm gonna tell as many as I can, and if I can't remember anything, then we're done. Or like maybe 5 or 10 stories, but I'm gonna try to keep it like that, so it's kind of short. Anyway, okay, now on to the first story. All right, so the first story is that years back I saw a Steam game called Civilization 5, and I wanted to give it a try, but at the time, of course, it was brand new. It was $59.99. A couple years I waited later on, it became $7.49, so I picked it up, I installed it, and I started immediately playing it. And I was like, and the next thing, all I hear is Sleazy was like, "Oh, you bought that?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, let me buy it too." I was like, "Okay." So I'm gonna wait for him to install it after he buys it, so we can play it and learn how to play it together. But I figured that I probably would learn how to play it, be able to play it a lot better and faster and pick it up better than he could. I even told him that, and then come to find out, I was completely wrong because I had no idea what I was doing. So our friend Hades 180 was like, "Oh, you guys got that?" He's like, "Yeah, let's all play it." And I was like, "Could you teach us how to play it first?" He goes, "Okay." He was like, because he understood. So he taught us the few ropes of how to play the game, what to do. So we got the hang of it. So then we started playing a real game. So now 75 turns into the game, I was like, "Oh, I found cotton." Sleazy goes, "Big deal. I found cotton at the beginning of the game." So now Hades 180 and I are just busting up in laughter. Sleazy can't figure out why. And then it finally dawned on him. He was like, "Oh," we're like, "Yeah, like you kind of ran into that one. He's black." I know that was racist, but he literally walked into it, and that's how that went. So, in case nobody knows, like black people as slaves were forced to pick cotton, and he was the first one to find the cotton. For those who just didn't get the joke. Anyway, I know it's racist, but I did get his permission to talk about it because it is a true story and it did happen. So now we got that out of the way. Let's go on to other stories. All right. So I know it's kind of bad. Trust me, it's really bad. Like, but that's why I asked his permission for it. Anyway, so I'm at the beach with my aunt and her friend. So we're all just like walking by at the beach and everything. Now the beach is like the beach water is literally it's just going like like super like just like super fast, super strong. So we're all talking and everything, and then next thing I know, because this is what happened, so I have to tell you from my aunt's point of view, and I'll tell you my point of view. So she looked over, I was just gone. Like that was it. I just went like David Copperfield crap. I was just gone. So I get up and everything. So she starts laughing. She goes, "What happened?" And I said, "From my point of view, I fell in the friggin' hole." Like, so as I was walking, I just went into the hole. Like, because like the waves were super strong, it was digging holes. And I just instantly just disappeared. Oh, then the same day at that beach, because like I said, the waves are super strong. So I'm just like doing a little paddle. The waves knock me off my feet, and then they start dragging me out to the sea. And then everyone starts laughing at me. So I come to the shore, and they're all like, "What happened?" I was like, "I don't know, but somebody really needs to apologize to Aquaman because he seems really ticked off." And then, all right, that's it for that. Like, I feel like these aren't really that funny. So, like another time we went to the beach. So, like, those like those little boogie board things, where like you can just like run and throw them on the ground, and you can jump on and hopefully like surf the sand and water. Well, what happened is I had it perfectly this third time. So I was like, just and like people are applauding. I was like, "Yeah, I felt really good." The fourth time I decided to do this, at the exact same time as I had just jumped on it, thank God I was kind of like going like this at an angle. So I was heading towards the water. The wave decided to go whoop, and just launched me into the air. And of course, like I'm just like freaking out. I'm all flopping in the air like a fish out of water, like, just like whatever. And then I land and hit the water and I come back up and I was just like, oh my God, like, did that really just happen? So I come up to the shore and everything, and everyone's like looking at me and they're like, what happened? And I just was like, you all saw that, right? Like I instantly just turned into Captain Jack Sparrow. I was like, you all saw that, right? And they was like, good. And they were like, yeah. I was like, good, because I will not be doing that again. So I picked up the boogie board and I just went back. I was done. Like I was just done with the boogie board. Come on, focus. Come on, focus. Focus. All right, good. Focused. So, oh boy. All right, so like, okay, I'm in school. And of course, we're taking like a major test. It's like one of those like end of the year tests, to see if like you pass the grade or not. So we're all taking that and everything. Of course, my stomach's just like, it's just like, and I'm just like, and then I keep on going and it's just like, and I'm, it's like burbling and gurgling. And it's just like, and like people are like freaking out. They don't know what's going on. I'm sitting there just like writing my own business. And then you just hear this, and it's like, it's starting to scare everybody. And like the teacher's like, Robert, would you like something to eat? So she pulls up all these granola bars and then she just puts them on my desk. And she goes, those are for Robert. They're his. Leave them alone. So I'm sitting there and everything. I don't really want to eat it. I just want to get the test done and just get out the door. And of course, my stomach's just, and all I hear is this, Robert, eat the food. And like she's like really angry. Okay, so she's like this really petite, small, like blonde with brown eyes looking woman, and like she's just really scary and kind of intimidating. It's just like you look into her eyes and you see like nothing but like darkness, like cold, pure, straight darkness. Okay, so like I started eating the granola bars, so I finished the whole bag, and she's just like, and she was just like, I didn't think you were gonna eat the whole thing. And then my stomach just goes, and I was like, all right, I'm done. So like I just went outside and just did my test, and then I handed it in when I was done. And then of course, whatever that, just went outside and waited for the bell to ring out in the lunch area. So that was it for that. It's like, geez, like it's just like, okay, like I just picked my desk up, just walked outside, did the test, and came back in, and that was that. So now we're going to go back a few years when I was a little kid. So I'm on the trampoline. Okay, so back in the day, yes, I'm going to go that far. So back in the day, we didn't have nets around the trampoline. Okay, the reason why I did this because I want because the nets go around, on the outside. We didn't have nets. So it was like back then, it was common logic and common sense to not jump off and not fly off the trampoline. Okay, so I'm all jumping as a kid, and then I was done. So I went inside. I got some saltine crackers, just kind of pepperoni. So I come by and I start walking around in a circle. I'm just eating crackers and everything. I missed my step, so I stumble and I'm all tangled up. So at the same time, my dad had just walked outside. So I'm all tangled up and everything. I fall. Every time my dad goes, "Are you okay?" So I just reach in the bag and I grab another cracker and I started eating it. And he goes, "You're okay." So he just walked back in. Didn't even bother. Didn't even pick me up. Didn't even help me. Just I had to do it myself. He's like, "Yeah." Just sat there, just ate another cracker, no problem. He was just like, "Okay, you're fine." So he just walked back in. That was it for that. And he was just like, he literally just was like, "Okay, you're good," and just walked back inside the house. So now, a couple years later, my aunt, my uncle were jumping with me on the trampoline. Of course, you have those like one moments where you time the jump with another person, and so you time the jump with another person at the same time. So you do that that rough jump, and people fly, and of course they're like that in the air when it happens. So what happened is that my aunt, my uncle decided to jump really hard with that timing, and of course I just went right between the springs of the trampoline, and I'm just like I'm in so much pain that I literally somehow got out and just fell over the bar. And of course, I'm just on the ground, just going, and they're like, "Are you okay?" And I was just like, "I need to go inside." Just that high, squeaky voice. And of course, they started laughing. It was a perfect landing. on their part, not mine. And of course, I'm just, it's just like, I need to go inside. And I was just like, of course, like when you're a guy and you get hit in the gonads and everything, you're either like, oh, like, and your voice goes from like, normal to like, oh my God, I'm gonna die, or like back to a child. And of course, it's really painful, So I'm coming inside and everything, just like this, all curled up in a bar, just going like, oh, that's all you hear. It's just like people are just like, suck it up, buttercup. And it's just like, oh, you're like 6 years old and they tell you this. It's just like, you're like, because you're a kid. So my ears are really itchy. Yep. As a guy, I can say this, that is accurate. Yep. You know what? Like, it's not even exaggeration. Just as soon as like a guy just hits there, it's just game over. Like, just like girls, like if anybody ever attacks you, just like kick them in the gonads. Like it's literally, it's just like, it's over. It's like literally like woman, guy, kick to the gonads. It's over. Like he's not going to get back up for about a couple of seconds. So you got time. Of course, if he gets up, he's going to be like, like leaning against something, and he's going to be like chasing after you. But like by then you'll probably be gone. Like it's just game over. So, all right. So let's see. Are there any more stories that I have to tell you? Hey, Chunky Monkey. You know what? I actually think that's probably all the stories I have right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and just end the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll see you in 10 minutes for an actual video game stream. So take care. Have a good one. And I will see you all very soon. And hopefully I'll have more stories for Story Time Part 2. So thank you for joining. Goodbye. Have a good one. Hope you laughed as always. As always. Wow. Hope you laughed as always. Or if you did laugh at all. So take care. Have a good one. And again, I will see you guys next time, hopefully for a part 2. I probably should write this stuff down too. Probably. Anyway, take care, guys. Goodbye. And I'll see you in 9 minutes for a video game stream. Goodbye. Ooh, look at my hand. So like, well, look at it. I'm the Flash. Okay. I'm sorry. Goodbye.